Brad Pitt's last hope for reunion with kids, amid rumors Angelina Jolie wanted him back. Almost a decade on from their explosive breakup, Brad Pitt is fighting to rebuild bridges with his children as new secrets about Angelina's reaction to their split come to light. Nearly a decade has passed since Hollywood's most talked about couple shocked the world with their dramatic split, and the fallout from their breakup still continues to make headlines. Now, with Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt facing a pivotal new chapter, the situation is about to take another turn. Their youngest children, twins Vivienne and Knox, are soon to celebrate their 18th birthday, which will see the current custody agreement come to an end. For Brad, 62, who remains embroiled in a contentious legal dispute with Angelina over their French winery estate, the looming change is troubling. His relationship with his kids has become distant, and several have already chosen to remove Pitt from their surnames, reportedly as a show of loyalty to their mother. But sources tell closer that, in the midst of all these legal battles, Brad's partner Ines de Ramon, 33, is making it her priority to support him. Insiders confirm that she's determined to reunite Brad with his children, beginning with Shiloh, his daughter with whom he's long been said to share a special bond. Brad is absolutely crushed that the kids are one by one disowning him formally. It's the definition of soul-destroying and almost impossible for him to comprehend, said our source, after Maddox, Knox, and Zahara became the latest members of the family to drop Pitt from their names. Ines has been a rock for Brad during this ordeal, helping him remain strong, find hope, and keep his mind on the positives, they add. But it's incredibly hard for her, watching the man she loves being pushed out and isolated. And there's part of her that wants to do more to help. Of course, when it comes to the ongoing legal dispute, she can only offer support from the sidelines. But in terms of Brad's estrangement from the kids, nothing stands in her way if she chooses to reach out. People are saying she may soon be ready to do just that. Shiloh has always been Brad's favorite, and if anyone's going to respond positively, it's likely to be her. The consensus is that if Shiloh comes around, Knox and Vivienne might follow. Since that heated 2016 breakup, Brad and Angelina fought hard over custody of their 6 children. Maddox, now 24, Pax, 22, Zahara, 21, Shiloh, 20, plus the twins. Angelina maintained primary custody, while Brad had visitation rights that will no longer be in place when the twins turn 18 on July 12, 2026. Since then, accusations have swirled that Angelina alienated some of the children from their father, especially those closest to him. And just last week, in a surprising development, reports surfaced that Angelina, now 51, may have initially wanted to mend things with Brad after their breakup, which followed the now notorious incident on a private jet in 2016. Brad was accused of having a physical altercation with Angelina and pouring wine and beer on 2 of the kids, allegations he denied and which were dismissed by the FBI. In another new revelation, some claimed Angelina did try to reconcile with Brad, but he rebuffed her. Yet another source suggested she never sought a reunion, but she did participate in years of family therapy with Pitt and the children in a bid to help heal the family. Whatever the intent, attempts at reconciliation appear to have come to nothing, with Brad growing increasingly distant from his children. And as his legal rights to see Vivienne and Knox reach a close, it's rumored that Angelina is preparing for a dramatic exit. A source recently revealed that Angelina, who has stayed in Los Angeles as part of the custody arrangement, is planning a significant move, possibly planning to spend a lot more time in Cambodia and saying goodbye to the shallow world of Hollywood. For Brad, meanwhile, there's talk he may soon make his relationship with Ines official. Reports state there's talk of marriage and potentially starting a family together. He says he still believes in marriage and wants to marry Ines because it will make her happy, a source previously told Closer. Ines has been very patient. She's even said a private commitment ceremony would be fine by her rather than a big legal ceremony. The one thing they don't want to wait on, though, is having a child. They would love that to happen as soon as possible. Starting a family with Ines is the priority for Brad over a wedding, and she is happy with that. She is very much in love and says Brad will be a wonderful dad, the insider said. But before any of that can happen, our source claims Ines is intent on seeing Brad attempt to fix the fractured relationship with his and Angelina's brood. This isn't something that Ines would ever do without Brad's permission. She fully respects that his relationship with his kids is incredibly delicate, and she doesn't want to do anything that he isn't 100% in agreement with, says our insider, but there's no doubt she's really struggling. Having to sit back and watch Brad suffer for all these years has taken a toll on her too. She's his partner. When he suffers, she suffers. And he's been in a heck of a lot more pain than anyone would guess because he puts on such a great cover. People see Brad out in public looking relaxed and carrying on as normal, but Ines knows better than anyone how much this has affected him. When it comes to his children, it's the one area of his life where he's completely vulnerable. He's at their mercy. Brad has tried so hard to mend his relationship with them, but he's been shut down so many times he's gotten to a point where he's almost stopped trying. Not because he doesn't care, he cares immensely, but he's terrified of making things worse. His stance is that all he can do now is leave the door open and hope they eventually walk through it. Ines understands that logic, but she also worries that there's nobody reminding the kids how much he loves them and how devastated he's been by all this. Brad always had such a special bond with Shiloh, and now that she's 20 and mostly out on her own, Ines is hoping that she may be more open to reconciling or at least listening. Nobody expects her to perform miracles or suddenly fix everything overnight, but in many ways Shiloh's become something of a leader, especially for Knox and Viv as they both really look up to her. So it isn't totally out of the question that she could make a dent in things. Nothing will happen until Brad gives her the go-ahead, but it's something she's offered to do. It might sound like a long shot, but Ines is just desperate to help.